Let's make this cool tunnel card. A week or two ago I made just this birthday card, but I never showed you what was inside, and that is the tunnel portion of the card. To do that, we're going to need 2 pieces of cardstock that are cut your normal standard card size. One for the outside, it's 5.5 by 8.5, and we scored it at 4 1/4 like we would normally do for a card. For the inside, it's also 5.5 by 8.5, but we're going to score it. It's going to have 3 score lines. We're going to score it at 2 1/8, 4 1/4, and 6 3/8. You just have to love the ease in which to make this fancy card. Once you have it scored, you want to place your oval's framelit. Make sure that you put your rough side down. Try to center that on your card. I'm going to use one size smaller here in just a moment, but first we're going to do this on tab 2, and we'll run that through our Big Shot for some Big Shot magic. And when it comes out the other side, we'll just punch out our oval, and we're ready to do our second oval. I like the contrast. Doesn't that look citrusy or tropical for the inside? So I have a piece of Lucky Limeade. We're going to do the same thing, only we're going to run one size smaller. This is the size we used on the Tangerine Tango, and this one we're going to use on the Lucky Limeade. Again, we want to center it and run that through on tab 2. I have adhesive on my Lucky Limeade piece, and I'm going to place that under my Tangerine Tango. And it doesn't matter what it looks like on the other side, but you want it sort of lined up on this side, and it gives it a nice frame. And then on our inside of our card, we're going to stamp a greeting. The card that I made previously was a birthday card, but this time it's going to be a congratulatory card, because I had a teammate that just went above and beyond. So I'm using the Up, Up, and Away stamp set. We're going to stamp a little balloon along with the message, "The sky's the limit," because she really stretched herself this year. To make our card just a little bit more dramatic, I'm also going to stamp with Tangerine Tango some blossoms from the Blooming with Kindness. This is also the set that I'm using on the front. They just look so big and so bold. Should have probably did this before I put the green on the Tangerine Tango, but it'll be alright. It just gives it a boldness for the inside. Once we have that, then we want to fold our card, and the first fold's going to be a valley, and the middle fold's going to be a mountain, and then the other side will be a valley. So it's valley, mountain, valley, and you can see that you have that tunnel forming. Next we want to, I put some sticky strip on both edges, and we want to lay that down on our card base so that it evenly covers. We have our magical inside done. We have our window and our tunnel. Let's do the front. I've placed a piece of Tangerine Tango paper, but let me show you how I got this pretty little weaved look with the flower. First I want to ink up my stamp again. It's the same one that we used on the inside, the big bold flower from the Blooming with Kindness stamp set. I don't want Tangerine Tango on my stem, so I'm just going to erase that. You can either use a Q-tip, or I've used an old blender pen. And then I'm going to color just the stem with Tangerine Tango. And we'll stamp that. So pretty. For this part, we'll set our Big Shot at tab 1, put on our cutting pad, And then we're going to take our stamped image. Now that would look really pretty on a card front as it is, but if you place it in the square lattice embossing folder and emboss that, wowzers, it is so pretty. And we're just going to run that through the Big Shot. Now, didn't I tell you that was pretty? Here's a close-up, and you can see the patterned weave on the flowers. Now, I have found that this particular embossing folder will stretch a little if I try to put the adhesive on the back. So I'm actually going to put my adhesive on this piece and then lay it down. So when we're all done, we have a great card on the outside, but when we open it, we also have a lot of fun on the inside. It makes your card a little bit more dramatic and